Summer's
till
over. Technically, it's not over. Summer movie
I
is over.
summer doesn't end until September 22nd.
That's right.
And you know what day that is, right?
That's half of September 11th. Never forget. Um,
That's double.
you bring in the fall joy with your birthday. You're the reason why fall is a thing.
I thought you were gonna say the Fall Guy, and I was like, Brian, that
No,
was last
last
year.
year. Well, I mean, I did wear a Barbie shirt last year, so makes sense. Yeah, so 2025 box office. This is the results of it. Let me tell you, I'm glad this was as fun as I thought it was going to be. Because last year, it was still fun. It was just very like, we kind of knew what was happening. It wasn't as big of a shock. And I think we sort of went in with level heads. And for the most part, we kind of were like, okay, this year,
Not so, but so.
there was some interesting choices that I think
We went a little too hard on some of our long shots, as I like to call it. Um,
as hard as like a karate master.
you could say it was a little freakier than normal.
Yeah. So I told Eric I was trying to get like a idea of who went first last time. How do we do this? And I was watching the intro. Inside Out 2 was number one last year with like $650 million. The number one this year was over $200 million less in the domestic box office.
That says a
And
lot.
and it says a lot like, okay, so we're obviously gonna get into it. And this list, I think, is not, it's not shocking overall by what's in it. It's shocking by the numbers because the numbers are more consistent than last year. Last year was like the two or three big ones and then everything else. This year, it's like it all kind of was within a little bit of each other,
Mhm.
but nothing really stands out. And it's shocking given a few of these movies maybe should have done more money than
Right. And
they
and
should.
technically we are still looking at estimates for Labor Day, so who knows? Maybe their movie shot up and made $700 million on one day. You
Who
know,
freaking knows? Oh, and
who
yes,
freaking
obviously,
knows?
this is the day after Labor Day that we're recording it. That is always the rule. And again, tiebreakers are only if it's obviously a tie. So 11 and 12 do not count until then. But we're gonna let's do a recap, shall we?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
number 12, Freaky or Friday. Number 11, From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. Number 10, Final Destination Bloodlines. 9, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. 8, Thunderbolts, spoiler, The New Avengers. Number 7, Elio. Number 6, Superman. 5, How to Train Your Dragon. 4, Fantastic Four, First Steps. 3, Karate Kid Legends. 2, Lilo and Stitch. And number 1, Jurassic World Rebirth.
And then mine, my runner-ups were Elio and Karate Kid Legends. Number 10 was Mathregan 2.0. Number 9, Mission Impossible. 8, A Fantastic Four. Number 7, Freakier Friday. 6, New Thunderbolts or some crap like that. Colon. Uh, Number 5, F1. Number 4, Superman. Number 3, number 3 was Jurassic World. Number 2 was How to Train Your Dragon, and number 1 was Lilo and Stitch.
Obvious in number 1, Lilo and Stitch. I was banking too much on the Jurassic, just Jurassic.
You were. It literally was just mostly a remake of the original, except they got rid of the bad guy and then made the guy who wasn't a bad guy, and nobody liked that. But people still saw it because, again,
And
people
Ohana
are dumb.
means abandon. Abandon your family. 423 million again, way lower. Number 2 though.
It's a shocker to both of us. Superman, baby. Superman that hoe, and watch me, you.
Ooh.
No. So again, ironically, this movie is doing better here than it is anywhere else in the fucking world. Its international numbers are not that great for Superman. Um, and I think they knew that going into it because Superman is very much, American made in a sense, even though
He's an immigrant.
even though he's an immigrant, I have a review on the channel, believe it or not. So I got to see the
Mhm.
movie early. So that's up. You can go watch that. Um, just speaking box office wise, like again, from what I can tell from what Warner Brothers has put out, is that they are happy with how the movie's success is.
The thing about the amount of money this made is, and so we're going to talk about in a few certain properties that are within this realm. This is how the MCU started, where it was like it was fine that this is what your numbers were. And I think that is hopefully the smart thing that DC, Gunn, all them are thinking is like this is not meant to
Yeah.
be huge. It's meant to be we are beginning, and the fact that it starts at this, you can kind of again, it's the irony and the kind of corniness of there's only up from here, but it's true.
Number three, Jurassic World Rebirth.
Hey, that was me.
Um,
I was supposed to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. First off, this was like an interest of like I underestimated the Lilo and Stitch thing. I really underestimated what Superman was going to do, and I overestimated not expecting this to go as far as it did because I felt like it came out at a good time too. But
yeah, July 4th weekend. Uh, I mean, its opening weekend, I mean, because technically it opened on a Wednesday, was pretty good. It was like 145 if you include Wednesday. If not, it was like 100. I was like 90 something for the 3 day, which is pretty fucking good for its opening weekend. Uh, again, apparently this one is still financially successful from what it's been told, mainly because they kept the budget a little bit lower. They, shot this in like less than a year, which is fucking nuts also to think about too. Like it's a Jurassic World movie and you shot it in less than a year. That that is insane. Now, again, I have my thoughts
check them.
up there. Yeah. Um, but you can't say the movie didn't do its job on making money. It just wasn't as, financially successful as the other ones.
But at number four, so I'll let Eric intro this one because
Sure, yeah.
number four was the
No,
thing that I
number
was
f
number four was
what's
something
the
that
thing?
I was
Was the thing? Say that again.
say that again, say that again. Um, this
Funny.
was this was one of the last things I was hoping were to happen because it was in fifth place behind what number five is now, and I was like, please, for the love of God, I need some leeway to try and catch up to Eric, and then it finally
Yep.
happened.
Yep. It finally happened, and it's still a box office disappointment. Fantastic Four First Steps.
I
It's
I
funny enough to think that this is the biggest disappointment on this entire list, technically.
This had like the big it had like an 80-85% drop. That's what made me nervous because initially it did fine and then it fucking just dropped. Again, maybe it is an expectation thing. Or maybe it's a we've seen the Fantastic Four how many times, or the fact that Marvel is just not performing anymore. And it's sort of maybe that whole market has kind of died down. So maybe in reality, it's not a failure in the grand scheme. It's finally just the realization of this is kind of what Marvel's gonna have to settle on because like Thunderbolts did fine and it was a well-received movie. Obviously, Brave New World was doing fine, but it wasn't received well. I don't know. I don't know if it's the quality of the movie, but it was one of those the second weekend drop was when I went, "Oh, that's so weird." Like I was not
Mhm.
ready for that. Number 5. We're going back to number 1 with number 5, which was one that Eric was very much like he was expecting and again, I don't know if it was kind of the mix of like the way that the world is looking at these kind of movies now or if the fact that like this kind of franchise is not like it seems to be such a thing, but almost like not that big at the same time, which is fine because I love this franchise, but it's weird.
We talked about this. We talked about this when
Like
it came
it's okay, so
to,
it's How to Train Your Dragon. It's How to Train Your Dragon live action. This made we haven't even been saying the numbers for half of them. 262, 4 million, four under fantastic. It's God's plan. They said, Brian, we're giving this to you. 444. Um
Wendy's.
we were talking about this in the last video where How to Train Your Dragon is such a thing and not a thing. Meaning it is not Shrek, but it also is big enough where people are like, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. But I think the How to Train Your Dragon movies are great. Like I love them. I think it's a great trilogy. But like it was not until like you were going to Epic Universe and we would talk about it once in a while and we'd see stuff and I'm like, check that video out too. I'm like, is this like a thing? Like I know they're popular, but it's a thing? No.
Hmm.
Like, really? Like, and again, that's not even a quality thing. That's just a do people really care about that outside of just the movies?
Me,
I don't know if
just
that was
outside of me.
like like that's why I'm sort of like I think it's a mix. I think people saw that and went, "Okay, we're going to do this." Really? The Black Phone Kid's in it. Ethan Hawke voices a dragon or something. I don't know. Sarah's back from the dead from the Last of Us TV show. What the fuck are we doing? But Gerard Butler's here. He's like, I got nothing better going on. I'll play my character.
Literally, visually, aesthetically, like it works very well. I think just the problem is like you really are just watching the first movie again. Genuinely, it's like why even watch this movie if you can have the option to watch the first one? I mean, it did the best between all the How to Train Your Dragon movies, unfortunately, box
Live
office wise, which
action
is
Madagascar. Win? Live action.
live action.
How?
No, live action Shark Tale with still Martin
Oh,
Scorsese. Martin
he can
Scorsese
direct
still.
it. He can direct it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah.
Ah,
Number six. In all grand
this.
scale, like in all the grand scheme of things, if you look at it, it's fine. But man, oh man, was I excited that this did what it did, knowing just
Yeah, we were very happy.
what we talked about with the last movie overall.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking Tom Cruise climbing up something inside, going down, gonna kill himself one day from doing a stunt.
One day, not today
Mission
though.
Impossible, the final reckoning, which probably will be the last Mission Impossible. Because it's funny enough, like this movie is still technically a financial failure because $400 million, Jesus fucking.
At number seven, spoiler, final comic book movie that we're going to be talking about here. Um,
I thought you
sorry.
were gonna like I thought you were gonna say the spoiler that you already spoiled earlier in the video.
Oh, no. Oh, you mean that number seven is Thunderbolts, aka the new Avengers?
Yeah. I thought you
No.
were gonna say that again. I'll be like, you already spoiled that. It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter what you spoil from this movie anyway, because no, I mean, not many people saw it anyway.
At 190 domestically, which again, it's perspective. Because this movie I think did fine. Gotta go fast.
Hot damn.
This is Eric's ace. My ace is still coming in a few, but this was Eric's one of his big swings, and god damn it,
I just had a feeling, F1 the movie. F1 the movie.
the movie that everyone freaked out about because they're like, it's such an original property. I'm like, it's literally named after, it's like would be called NASCAR, the movie. And they're like, it's an original script. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
Yeah, if it wasn't called
Shut up.
F1, I don't know how many people would have seen it. I don't know. I had this feeling that was like people really want like a good I don't even know if I would say because it was a sports drama, but more so they want the high intensity scenes of being in a high fast car and things like that. Since, Fast and Furious isn't really doing that much for Americans anymore. I need a fucking high speed, high octane jet ski movie, baby. What is the world of jet ski racing like?
Who would be, we need like a, like a good actor that fills in this. It can't, well, Glenn Powell, probably. You
Austin
know,
Butler.
Austin,
Us?
let's fucking make it happen. Austin Butler starring in a jet skiing movie.
He
I'll see
did the
it
motorcycle
20 times.
movie. It's time for jet skis, baby.
The final two movies here are kind of spooky, spooky. Number nine, Final Destination Bloodlines. Whoa, daddy, was I very pleased. 138. This kind of was where Eric was coming from with F1, where I'm like, what pisses me off is number 10 is $4 million below this. So if it made another 4 million, I would have gotten double points for
It'll
this
make
bullshit.
4 million over the next couple days, but
Fuck
we
off.
we
God
we
damn
we
it.
end it at Labor Day. We don't wait till fucking
Um,
October for the movies to all leave theaters because that's just too fucking long, man.
like I don't know if it was the timing when it came out. I don't know if it was just the way they marketed it compared to like because it's like the thing about Final Destination Bloodlines wasn't, hey, look who's back. Like I know what you did last summer. It was more like Scream. They were taking the Scream approach. Whereas this was more like it was trying to make crazier deaths and kills. And like you want to see us get even more nuts. And maybe that kind of word of mouth carried over and people were like, we gotta go see this batshit thing. Because some of the stuff was kind of gnarly. Like I'm watching it, I was like, God damn. And like
Yeah, the deaths in this are fucking insane. These are like the original like Blumhouse style. We're doing for very cheap.
yeah.
Let's both I Know What You Did Last Summer and Final Destination. We're very let's keep it cheap and box office ranked in, things like that. And don't get me wrong, I don't think this movie's good per se. I very much enjoy it though. Like it is definitely schlocky. The deaths are fucking nuts. Um, but you don't care about half the characters in this movie. And you can see where things are going very easily and things like that. I will say this, you wouldn't expect the deaths the way they're going.
Number
Number
10.
number
So
10.
I don't know how much of the
The most
conversation I cut out most of the conversation we had where we were kind of just throwing out like what it could be, what it could be, what could be the movie, what could be the movie. This is not one that was a shock. I saw it and I went, I don't don't think it's going to do
I
it.
don't trust it.
And yet it did. Yet it fucking did. At number 10.
Weapons, baby. Pew 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 pew. Yeah, I guess people just really wanted a good horror movie this summer because I'm not saying like Final Destination wasn't a good horror movie. It's just that like people knew what that was, and things like that. People wanted something spooky.
And
Uh
they marketed the movie very well. It was, I
oh,
remember
absolutely.
before the trailers came out, they were just putting out like the cam footage. And I was like, that okay. Like that's all the marketing you probably fucking need. Like that's enough to
hmm
get you in the
You
theater.
just literally put out the premise. A whole classroom of kids all disappeared at 2:17 a.m. at the exact same time, and they knew Rudo ran into the forest.
Came at the right time. It was, early-ish in August, and it was a movie that received a lot of good buzz. Again, it was marketed well. There was the buzz around it. And it kind of cleaned up because there was really, we joked about Freakier Friday, and that was not the movie. It was this that kind of took
hmm
August. Um, and so, which I mean, in a way is nice, again, just besides my opinion on weapons, it's one of those, okay, cool. At least it was something like this that got the money. Let's just go through. So let's see. I want to look at the ones that I had. Oh, so number 11 technically was Sinners, but we're not counting that. So at the real number 11,
Sweet.
12, it's Freakier Friday, which is not a surprise. It's a surprise, I guess, by the money, because then it made us kind of
Yeah, well, I mean, initially you would think, oh, this was going to do better than Weapons because they came out the same weekend. Nope, vice versa. There probably is a world where Freakier Friday is actually like number 10 instead of Weapons, but it's not in this one.
nope. And then the
But
bad
you would then be like, actually Sinners is number 10 because and I'll be like, shut the fuck up.
the bad
But
guys
the real shocker.
bad guys 2 sneaked its way in, and let me tell you, Eric and I brought this movie up multiple times, and we said we both saw it on the docket. We kind of did our own little research, and we said, who's really gonna apparently it did well enough to be above Elio, which we both had, did not make.
Mhm.
28 years later, which was like at the tail end for so long, it did amazing its first weekend and then died, which was crazy. It's a great movie. You should go watch it. But it was funny how it was like Fantastic Four. It was here and then nobody cared. It's just like,
Yep.
okay.
But hey, we're getting the trilogy. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it was just enough money to get that. Ballerina was 16. Number 17 was Karate Kid Legends. Eric messaged me the fucking Sunday this movie came out, and he was like, "So, number three, huh?" And I was like, "Shut the fuck up." It made half of its budget in its first weekend because it only made 52 million and it made like 25 or something in its first weekend. Yikes.
Yeah.
Naked
Yeah,
Gun
that movie died. I was
sadly.
so glad to stop seeing the fucking ads for it in from Nuvi.
Yeah.
Perry Nemiroff, good job with those interviews. You ask one question, then you go, "That's a wrap," and I go, "Wait a minute." Yep,
Mathregan
there she is.
2.0.
Yeah, that's how badly she did this summer.
If we tie, we got to count our two runner-ups. Um, so
All right.
let's see here.
So yeah,
I have mine.
hold on. 2 points for Lilo and Stitch. 1 point for Superman, so three. 2 points for Jurassic World Rebirth, so five. Okay. I think I have my score.
Mine was 10.
Oh shit. I also have 10.
Fuck! It's a tiebreaker. Okay, so oh fuck me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Then you're probably gonna fuck. Then you're gonna win
In Freakier
now
Friday.
well, yeah, well, because here's the thing. So now that we can count it, if it was in your top 10 originally, you can put it, and if it was a runner up. So technically the runners up were, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Do
Did
you
Jamie
have,
Lee Curtis just fuck you over?
no. Because are you only at 11?
I'm at 10 points, right?
Yeah, you're at 10, but does Freaky or Friday put you at 11? Is it only 11 for the tiebreaker?
Well, it would be the first movie. It would just count it there.
Well, no.
My
Oh,
God, he's trying.
wait. Okay, wait. Hold on. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so you have 10. Is there any? Okay, so Freakier Friday's technically in the top 12. So you are counting that as one, right?
Right.
So that would be 11, or is there some what's in your runners up again?
Elio was Karate Kid and Elio.
So neither of them, but neither of them were in the 12. And then I had, but what number was, but Freakier Friday was number 12 and not 11 from, it's we tied again. What are we gonna fucking do? The fuck are we gonna do?
We
We
didn't think this
fucking,
far ahead,
is
did
it
we?
just a tie?
Well, if that's the case, we just move on to the next one, right? But we both had Elio, so it doesn't
And we
fucking
both had
matter.
Elio, and
And
then
then we both
I
had
had
Karate Kid.
Ballerina.
Oh, you did have Ballerina, yeah.
Like,
This is too.
but I don't like that because God damn it, we fucking both tied. It's a tie. I'm not taking a
It's
win. That's a lame win. I'm taking this as a tie.
yeah for number fucking
It.
16 on the
I was
list.
like,
Yeah, that's
fuck, if we tie, I only got Freakier Friday, and then you had Freakier Friday. So I'm like, shit, we're gonna tie again.
it's all Jamie Lee Curtis's fault.
So yeah, note to self, have better picks so then you could beat the other person because clearly Eric and I did not. Like I said, it's just gonna be we each get one. Because that's what I initially
Oh,
did when we did Madden. I was like,
everybody gets
well,
one.
yeah, we just get one. So nothing was gained, nothing was lost. This was 3 months of fuckery that turned into nothing. So Karate Kid v number three is not as stupid as I thought.
It was pretty fucking stupid.
What is Okay, Mathregan 2. Number 20.
I said it was number 10. I wasn't gonna make it number one.
Karate Kid was number 3. Shut up. What you got? What you all have for your box office? Leave it in the comments below. Like I was screwed. You have any crazy things? There's no craziness. Weapons was it was craziness because I knew what my list was and I wanted to get certain points. So theoretically, Fan Four Stick, that's the old one. Fan Four Stick kind of fucked you over because if that was in number 4, you would have won.
Yep.
It coming in, it's the 2 points. So you would have won by 2 points. I would have had 8 points.
Yep.
Fuck. Man, Pedro Pascal, you're just pissing everybody off.
No,
Fucking
you would have had no, Brian. You
no, I would have had 2 extra points because How to Train Your Dragon was switched. It would have been number 4 on the actual list. Fantastic Four would have been number 5. I had it. Fantastic Four was number 4. How to Train Your Dragon was 5. So if
yeah,
those
You would
stayed,
have had only 1 point, not 2 points.
no, I still would have had 2 because both of them were in the
oh,
top
that's right, because
10.
they were both in
Yeah,
your
because
spot.
I just
They
would
were in
have
your
not
spots.
gotten the extra placement. So fucking Pedro looked at you and said, "I'm gonna stretch my finger into your asshole."
He barely did any stretching in that movie, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You can check out last year's box office predictions and results. Go check out how naive we were in our predictions video this year.
That
Toodles.
was